Anyway, can I just say just this? You know, we have Senate Bill, I think it's 5243, is that correct? No, House Bill 5243. Now I'm good. Basically, it is our women's Bill of Rights. Now just think about that. You know, at the end of the day, this all started with Riley and May and whomever else, but it really started over the unfairness of sports. And as ridiculous as it may seem, I mean, who would have ever thunk it that we as a peoples could think that that's right or fair after we've done all this incredible work in women's athletics, incredible work, and literally just one move, try to just snuff it all away. And then it's gotten even worse. You know, so we do need a women's Bill of Rights. And we have other states that have joined in, just a handful. Just the other day, I was with the governor from Oklahoma, and just a handful, and now we're the fourth, is that correct?
Would be the fifth.
Fifth, okay. Now, but what we're basically saying is women are women, and women are really important. And it's not fair. It's just not fair. So from that standpoint, I'll turn it over to the superstars. I'll hang here with you just a little bit, and then I'm going to have to dash to another deal. But I absolutely am really proud of our House and our Senate, and as soon as it gets to me, you'll see me sign it with a great big smile on my face, and it won't take but seconds. So thank all of you.
Thank you. Well, yes, thank you, Governor Justice. You want me to use this? Thank you, Governor Justice, for inviting us here to West Virginia. I know I speak for both May and myself when I say that we have felt incredibly welcomed and just encouraged and supported by the amazing delegates and senators and yourself here. I'll very briefly introduce myself. My name is Riley Gaines, and I am here today as an ambassador for Independent Women's Voice, an advocate for women, and a former collegiate athlete. Many of you are probably relatively familiar with my story. I was a member of the women's swim team at University of Kentucky, where I proudly finished my career as a 12-time NCAA All-American, a 5-time SEC champion, actually still the SEC record holder in the 200 butterfly, making me one of the fastest Americans of all time. But my senior year, we were forced to compete against and share a locker room with Leah, formerly Will, Thomas. And we were not forewarned that we would have to change in front of this 6'4", fully intact, naked male. They did not ask for our consent, and we did not give our consent. It was feelings of course, utter violation and betrayal. And we as female athletes, female swimmers, we watched on the side of the pool as this mediocre male swam to a national title, beating out the most impressive and accomplished female swimmers this nation, this world really has ever seen, including Olympians, American record holders. But what we're realizing now is that our experience as D1 swimmers is not unique by any means. And really what thrusted me into this position is despite tying with this said male in the 200 freestyle down to the 100th of a second, the NCAA decided to award him with the trophy. And their justification for this was that they had been advised when photos were being taken, it was crucial that the trophy were in his hands. But again, Leah Thomas is not a one-off. Anyone who keeps up with the news knows that males are continuing to enter into women's competitions all the time. In fact, big headlines this past week, a male golfer placed first at the NXXT Women's Classic in Florida, putting him on track to join the LPGA Tour, the prestige, the climax of women's golf. But thankfully, states like West Virginia and leaders like Governor Justice have already taken decisive action to safeguard, revitalize, and protect women's sports. Unfortunately, however, the intrusion of males into women's spaces has already gone much farther than sports. Today, we see men who merely say they are women demanding the right to enter into women's shelters, into women's dorm rooms to be housed with women, to be housed in women's prisons and joining women's sororities. And while it's bad enough that trans-identifying males are accessing women's spaces, it will be even worse if we let all men into women's spaces. But make no mistake about it, woke progressives want to do just that. Create a society that disregards sex and uses man and woman and male and female and girl and boy interchangeably. But this radical effort to erase sex must be stopped. And that's where West Virginia's Women's Bill of Rights can help. The word woman and female are used today in West Virginia statute, at least 121 different statutes. That means there are 120 opportunities for unelected bureaucrats and officials to go through the back door and reinterpret this word to mean what they want it to mean. But the Women's Bill of Rights, it gives meaning to these terms so that we are all speaking a common language that cannot be twisted and manipulated. And I'm honored to stand beside Governor Justice, the amazing sponsors of this bill in both the House and the Senate as they advance this critical legislation, the West Virginia Women's Bill of Rights. WBOR, that's what we call it, it's common sense. And I know this will move quickly through the legislature and quickly to Governor Justice's desk. And let's pass this in West Virginia. And if anything, let's do it for Baby Dog. And I wish she was here today. I'm sorry, I think I'd rather have been with Baby Dog than you, Governor Justice.
Oh, thanks a lot. I knew it. I knew that'd come up.
Hi, and thanks again to all the amazing leaders like Governor Justice, like Kathy Kraus, who have helped make this bill happen. I am May Mailman, and I am the director of the Independent Women's Law Center. A legal center for a long time was dedicated to improving the lives of women by preserving basic freedoms like school choice, affordable energy, workplace flexibility, and of course, our gas stoves. But then we saw something dangerous happen. Judges, bureaucrats, sports bodies, and other elites seemed not to know that women existed at all. They equated us to a state of mind. Identification replaced the biological reality that we have been living our entire lives, and that I am particularly 32 weeks into living right now. This was not only offensive, but it's harmful to women. Riley Gaines experienced that firsthand, and so did my clients, sorority sisters at Kappa Kappa Gamma, who were forced to initiate a biological male and pretend that they are comfortable walking around in their towels while a male watches. In Kappa, the membership criteria clearly state that members shall be women, but a few leaders reimagined women to include men. And that's what the Women's Bill of Rights is for, where state laws, regulations, or policies say woman, that means woman, an adult human female. West Virginians deserve truth and transparency and not flimsy terms that can be altered by a judge. The Women's Bill of Rights not only clarifies the legal meaning of woman, it also proclaims the state's important interest in ending sex discrimination and maintaining separate single-sex spaces where those spaces advance privacy, safety, fairness, or equal opportunity. Words like woman and man are so basic to the English language and to the truth, it's hard to see why they are necessary to define them in law, but we have seen time and time again that without clear definitions, women don't have a say in the destruction of our own protections. The Women's Bill of Rights gives women and gives West Virginians a voice, and that's democracy. So thank you, and let's get this bill passed.
Let me say one more thing, okay? I got to give you an update on Baby Dog. Baby Dog was coming for absolute certain. I mean, this is the beatingest thing in the world. She hurt her leg really bad, thought torn ACL or dysplasia and whatever, all that stuff and everything. But, I mean, out of the clear blue nowhere, I mean, evidently she's just a little dog and she likes to play, and she just evidently jumped off of something. Here she comes walking in the bedroom last night, and honest to goodness, she can't even walk. She's dragging one back leg, and her front leg's all screwed up, and I'm thinking, the only thing I can say is, too many chicken nuggets, baby doll. You know, because when you go to jump off of something, I mean, there's a lot of force coming down on a 4-inch leg. And so, anyway, that's why she's not here. I mean, she wanted to come bad to see you guys, and we'll make it happen some other day. But, you know, it's really odd because I just met with Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary, you know, and we're on some stuff, business stuff and everything. And he's here and all that kind of stuff. The first thing he said was, "Where's baby doll?" And so we got a picture with that. So nevertheless, I'm going to run. Can y'all handle it from here?
Got it. I think so.
Okay.
Baby dog.
Okay, everything. Thank y'all so much. Okay,
you,
God
Governor
bless you. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to give you a hug.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Bless
Thank
you.
you.
Bless you. And